I wondered if, I can remember somebody saying to me when I acted briefly, I was a professional actor for a very short time, and a friend said to me, you can never be a successful actor because you think far too much of yourself. You're constantly agonizing about yourself. And whenever you speak, I can see a balloon above your head saying, what I'd have to tell you is far more interesting than the lines I'm saying. I gave it up. I wonder, because I can remember that when I don't want to go back through the whole business of cellmates and going to Belgium and all that. That's an old story. But because what you were criticised for then was that you couldn't stop being yourself, that yourself kept coming through. And I wondered if, in something like in directing or in playing Wild, that possibility of being in something where you completely lose yourself.
Yeah, that's certainly a pleasure. And I did, for instance, a couple of years ago, it was only for a week, and it was for a charitable performance, but it was a very good one. I played Malvolio, which I enjoyed enormously, and I thought, God, I miss acting, especially Shakespeare, which I used to do so much of at university. I really, really loved doing that. Oh, God, I'd love to have a crack at something like that again one day, but then other things emerge. And yes, it's true, people say I play myself, but then I think there are facets to oneself. You could, if you think two television characters that I might be well known for would be the General Melchett character in Blackadder and also Jeeves, and they both would have lived in the same time, roughly, given that Melchett would have survived the war. You might have bumped into Jeeves at some point, but incredibly different, really.
Yeah.
And yet both incredibly me. So and that's always the case with it. And I think that the trouble is that because I have no gift of being mysterious and being held back, I mean, I wish I could be like my friend Hugh, who just says no to interview requests, and no one hates him for it. But whenever I get asked to do things, even if I don't want to do them, if I get asked twice, I go, oh, all right, thinking everyone will hate me if I say no. Whereas I know no one hates Hugh. In fact, they respect him for saying no. I won't be interviewed. But won't you come on, please, with luck? No, I won't. Why can't I do that, Laurie? I can't do it. I don't have it in me, and I don't like being here talking to you. I have to be frank with you. I mean, you make it as nice as anybody ever could, but I'd much rather not do it. And even if very few people watch this, there'll be enough of it for one day for someone to say, what was that crap you said? And I'll go, oh, why did I do that? So, I'm not good at that, the mystery. I'm not good at, as I say, Hugh can do it, Clint Eastwood can do it, a few others, so that when they occasionally do appear, it's, wow, what's he really like? I can't imagine what he's like. And so when they're on screen, you don't know whether they're being themselves or not, because you don't know who they are. Whereas I do this wanky stuff day after day after day, being interviewed by you, or God help us, Pamela Stephenson, or some other person that's interviewing me, so that when I play a character, they go, oh, it's just him again. We've heard every word he's ever said. He never gets off our screens, and he does QI, and he does this. So suddenly he's pretending now that he's Charles Dickens. Well, it's not, just sticking behind a beard. It's silly. So I've done that to myself, I think you could say.